The problem is not the citizens of Kenya. The problem is the leadership.
From Ruto's new abduction squad.
In early 2023, he re-established a similar unit.
To City Mortuary becoming a crime scene.
There is a body tagged 2360, which even the morgue operators are unable to say where that body is.
Was Raymond Otieno murdered?
Was murdered, and these people who murdered Raymond are well known.
Is the state responsible?
Mnafanya abductions, watu wanapatikana City Mortuary. Wale walishikwa huko ni Mororongo ama ni wapi? Walipatikana mortuary wakiwa mortuary, and they are believed to be abducted by the same forces.
They are coming for you.
Five Kenyan police were arrested or literally abducted by the Ugandan police.
Hello, how are you? Welcome back to ShowNewTrend. I'm Yusuf today and my name is Elvis Dairy. Abductions has been a daily occurrence in the Republic of Kenya, and Kenyans are tired of hearing their brothers and sisters have been abducted, their mothers and fathers, their neighbors, and some of them they end up being found dead. So Kenyans, who is responsible for abductions in this country called Kenya? Listen to what Free Kenya Movement Chairman Bob Njagi had to say about this.
First, I want to confirm and say it here on live TV that I do believe that it is the state that is responsible for our abductions, without any iota of doubt. The handcuffs that I was put on my hands for 32 days, the handcuff number was 11DC 1892. That's a handcuff number. 11DC 1892. That's a number of my handcuffs. Okay, it's only the state that has these instruments that can be used to incarcerate somebody, right? Since our release from abduction, we've not been asked by the state to be investigated. We've not been asked by the DCI to go and record statements for investigations. If there is other people outside the state that are abducting people, then the state has the instruments of investigating to find out who then abducted us. I was not abducted alone. On the same day I was abducted, there were two other gentlemen in the same fashion that were abducted in Kitengela. That is Aslam and Jamil Longton. And we happened again to be released on the same day. This is after the Inspector General of Police had been found in contempt of court for having not presented himself to court for 7 times. The same thing is happening with the new Inspector General.
I'm just wondering, where are we heading to as a country, Kenyans? Raymond Otieno, who was very vocal in the political arena, fighting for good governance and a better future for this country, he was murdered in Nakuru County in cold blood. Let's listen to what Honorable Babu Otieno had to say about this case.
On this matter of Raymond Otieno, I want to state that Raymond was murdered, and these people who murdered Raymond are well known. Before Raymond's death, Raymond on several occasions posted on his Facebook handle, social media, posted on his WhatsApp groups within Molo, Nakuru County, that his life was in danger. Raymond was attacked in November, around 23rd day of November 2024. Raymond registered a complaint, had a P3, filled a P3 for action. The police failed to act on the P3. The police failed to arrest those who attacked Raymond, and Raymond stated clearly that he knew them. Raymond stated clearly that he was being threatened by the area member of parliament, Kimani Kuria. And he stated, and there are those screenshots, and even on his social media handle. And even the wife came out and talked clearly, having known those who were threatening Raymond. Why can't the police act on those who attacked Raymond, on those who killed Raymond? Yet they know very well the person who killed Raymond.
A government pathologist by the name of Johansen Odwor, he came out to reveal some disturbing information on how Molo activist Richard Otieno was brutally murdered. Kenyans, just listen to this.
The late Richard had several severe injuries. There were multiple slash wounds on the back of the head, which led to fracture of the skull and the extensive bleeding of the brain. There were also some slash wounds on the frontal area of the skull, though this one did not fracture the brain, the skull, and there were also bruises on the face. What also we found was also more bruises on the arms, which looked like someone who was trying to defend himself. So from these findings, we can say that the late Richard died as a result of severe head injury, which was caused by a sharp object, which could either be a panga or an axe, which was used severally on the head. We've taken some samples for analysis because you know that Lockhart principle say that when two people meet in a violent way, there's exchange in DNA material. So there are some samples we've taken from the body, which can help us see whether we can apprehend people who did it, their fingernails for DNA. We're also taking samples for toxicological analysis to find out if there's something which was given to him to slow him down prior to him meeting the assailants at the place where he was.
I am thus speechless and shocked after hearing what government pathologist Johansen Odwor has said about this case. This is very barbaric and very inhumane. Kenyans, I'm just wondering, is this the country, is this the future that the Kenya Kwanza government promised the people of Kenya during campaigns? Many Kenyans have accused Molo Member of Parliament Kuria Kimani for taking part in Richard Otieno's death. But Molo MP Kuria Kimani has also come forward and promised the Kenyan people that Richard Otieno will get justice. I'm just wondering, will justice be served? Listen to this.
May I assure that my constituencies that I have been in communication with the Rift Valley Regional Criminal Investigation Officer, the Nakuru security team, and the Molo security operators, demanding that there should be expeditious investigations into this. And whoever is involved, and I repeat, whoever is involved must and should be brought to justice.
5 suspects who were implicated in the gruesome murder of Richard Otieno, Molo human rights activists, were arrested. And Nakuru court has granted police 21 more days to hold the suspects until the conclusion of the investigation. So Kenyans, take a look at the faces of the murderers, of the suspects who were arrested in Nakuru court.
For the state.
Yes.
Your Honor, we are seeking for 30 days to enable us conclude the investigations into this matter. The investigations will involve collection of Safaricom data. We are yet to record statements of crucial witnesses. Post-mortem is also yet to be conducted. Or it has been conducted. We are awaiting samples that were taken to the government chemist analyst. We are yet to receive that report.
As the investigations continue, Molo residents, they turned up massively in large numbers in Siaya County to bury their comrade, Molo activist Richard Otieno, also known as the Molo president. Take a look.
Watu wa Siaya, sisi hatujui kuandamana, lakini tuliandamana. Warudisha mkono, hiyo maneno wanafanyaga ya tochi, ya nini, waende wafanye mambo hayo, tujue hao ni ya kina nani. Sisi kule Elbago tunajipanga na nyuki, na hivi karibuni mtaona matokeo. Kwa sababu leo ni Richard, kesho ni wewe, kesho ni mimi. Haki ya Richard lazima ipatikane. Tunasema hivi, Richard, tafadhali don't rest in peace. Haki yako ipatikane, mapambano bado yako.
In Mombasa County, things were boiling. The judges there went on to call for a press briefing, calling to an end to abduction, urging for citizen action towards this mass murder of unarmed civilians, disobedience of court orders, and also subversion of the Constitution of Kenya by the rogue regime. Take a look.
Tumeungana pamoja na Wakenya wote nchini kukemea na kupinga na kuonya ubaradhuli na ubepari ambao unaendelea nchini. Hali ambayo iliyoko sahihi kulingana na haki za kibinadamu ni hali ya kutisha, ni hali ya kusikitisha na ni hali ya kutamausha. Vijana wanauliwa left, right and center. Leo kama mwanaharakati kuzungumza, it is like signing a death sentence. Kenya leo, there is violations of human rights of the highest order. We lack a vocabulary to describe this. Wanaharakati tunanyanyaswa, wanaharakati tunatishwa, wanaharakati tunapigwa, wanaharakati hatuna uhuru wa kusema jambo lolote. Hivi hapa tulivyosimama, hata tunaogopa tunaweza kushikwa tukaambiwa this is unlawful assembly. Tunasema hali hii ikome, na sisi kama wanaharakati hatutatishwa. Sisi kama wanaharakati tunapinga mauaji ambayo yametokea Nairobi. We shall give them a 7-day notice and we shall serve them legally and appropriately. And we are calling upon all the Gen Zs in Mombasa County. When we call for action and demonstration, we want you to come out. This is your legal right constitutionally, na haufai kutishwa na mtu yoyote kwa sababu kuandamana ni haki yako.
Kenyans received heartbreaking news regarding the discovery of 2 dead bodies, that of Justus Mutumwa and Martin Mwau, who had gone missing since December 2024.
Kenyans, let's not forget Kitengela 4, who were brutally murdered after they were suspected to be livestock thieves. They were heading back home from a birthday party and none of their motorbikes developed a problem. So while they were fixing their motorbike, some guards descended on them and beating them to death. And I'm just wondering, who gave you the power to take somebody's life? Who gave you the power to kill? Is there not a police station around there where you can take them and they get charged or booked? Let's take a look.
The family of 2 brothers, Frederick Mureithi Wanjiru and Victor Mwangi Wanjiru, arrived at the city mortuary for the second time this week. They were here on Monday to identify bodies of their loved ones who went missing on Saturday last week. Thursday morning, they assembled here yet again for a post-mortem examination, and the results revealed the gory details of the attack.
Post-mortem inasema ni kuchapwa ijare kidogo ya mwili halafu na kudugwa na chapo object. Lakini mimi nilikuwa huku nikaona hiyo mili vile imeuliwa kwangu, vile niliona hao watu walikuwa wamedugwa na kitu chapo hapa. Shimo ilikuwa kubwa, imeingia badani kwa ubongo.
The distraught family narrating the Saturday incident that occurred a day after the 4 friends reportedly left their homes in Syokimau, riding their sports bikes to celebrate the birthday of one of them, 25-year-old Victor Mwangi Wanjiru.
Kenya is becoming a lawless country that even killing, murder has been normalized. Those guards who killed the Kitengela 4, they should be arrested and charged and locked away for good. We cannot have murderers walking among us. Chief Justice Martha Koome, she now pretends to condemn President Ruto over the abductions, as the number of those who have been killed is rising day by day. Take a look.
I, as a mother, and now as a grandmother, I put myself in the shoes of that parent whose child was abducted, and for days on, months on, they do not know where their child is. What I have to say as the Chief Justice is that Kenya is a country of the rule of law. We have the Constitution, We have other statutes, the Penal Code, the Criminal Procedure Code, which define every crime.
As the number of abductions and murder rises day by day in Kenya, if I may ask you, do you think that President William Ruto has an abduction squad, and even worse, a killer squad that is freely operating in Kenya without repercussions? Listen to this.
After Ruto disbanded SSU in early 2023, he re-established a similar unit within DCI. Retained some people from the SSU and recruited others. Those were people being recruited for a new unit that replaced SSU. It is called Operation Support Unit. So Operation Support Unit is the one which replaced SSU, and it is doing exactly what SSU used to do.
This has been so normalized that even armed men using fake number plates walking around, they can simply just abduct a Kenyan citizen if they want to. Like Kenyans, it is time for us to raise our voices. Let's put an end to these extrajudicial killings and enforce disappearances in the Republic of Kenya. Listen to what activist Hussein Khalid had to say about the Mlolongo 4.
We have the 4 families. Just to clarify, Mlolongo, it's Mlolongo 4, not Mlolongo 3. These 4 who were abducted, they all know each other. They were actually friends. So 3 of them were abducted on 17th, and then they came back and picked MBC, the 4th one, or the day after. So it's Mlolongo 4 colleagues, not Mlolongo 3. 2, Justus and Martin, their fingerprints were taken, and of course the message was sent to their rural home. As Wakili has said, that information came to light yesterday. The other 2, we have information that the other 2 might be here, but the morgue attendants have asked us for time because there are very many bodies. So they are trying to locate on those dates those 2 whose features might resemble these other 2 colleagues. But the 4 families are here together. We are hoping that once everything has been confirmed, then we'll move to the postmortem process. The bodies are not in very good shape. They appear to have been mutilated. Even you can't really tell from the look of the faces only, you can't really identify who they are. It's the fingerprints and probably the DNA.
A citizen TV journalist by the name of Odi Francis exposed that a body which was booked at City Mortuary alongside with other 2 Mlolongo victims went missing. This makes City Mortuary a crime scene. Just take a look.
I want to go on record so the country may know that actually there is a body that was brought here, and it's on the record, alongside the body tagged 2390. There is a body tagged 2360, which even the morgue operators are unable to say where that body is. It's on the record, but nobody knows where the body is.
Tumebaini kuwa tarehe 18 Disemba mwaka 2024 mwili uliopatikana eneo la Njiru ulifikishwa katika makafani ya City saa 11 jioni na maafisa kutoka kituo cha polisi cha Obama eneo la Kayole. Siku moja baadaye maafisa wa polisi kutoka kituo cha polisi cha Ruai wakafikisha mwili mwingine tarehe 19 saa 12 jioni, na baada ya dakika 50 mwili wa 3 ukafikishwa katika makafani hayo ya City saa 12 na dakika 50 na maafisa wa polisi kutoka kituo cha polisi cha Molem wakifikisha mwili ambao uliorodheshwa kupatikana mtaa wa Molem Dandora.
There's some collusion here between this institution and the police to hide bodies here, and victims who have been abducted, they too will be summoned to court. They will answer. Like
seriously, where are we heading to as a country? The Kenya government should be held accountable for the murders and the abductions that is taking place in our territory. A member of the Kenyan Senate by the name of Edwin Sifuna, he came on and said that Nairobi City Mortuary, its management and the county government are complicit in the abduction and killing of Kenyans. How is it the bodies of the men from Mlolongo have been there since December 18th, and when families visited the facility, they couldn't find them? It is quite clear that the management is in cahoots with the abductors and they must be held accountable. Just listen to what the ground is saying.
Hii mambo ya kutuambia stories za jaba hapa Kenya hakuna. Sisi mnafanya abductions, watu wanapatikana City Mortuary. Wale walishikwa huko ni Mlolongo ama ni wapi? Walipatikana mortuary wakiwa mortuary, and they are believed to be abducted by the same forces, the same people that we pay with our own taxpayers' money, and then wanachukua hawa watu wanaenda kutupa kuua watu, wanapatikana mochari. Kama mliua Brian, mulete mwili tuone, tujuage kitendo yenye ilifanyika, lakini msitufiche, msijifanye hapo ati nyinyi ni werevu sana. Hakuna werevu mko nayo. This time round tumetoka kwa hiyo level ya kubebagwa ufara na kubebwa ujinga. Kama DCI mjafanya kazi yenu, I will promise you, you are turning Kenya to be now, kama ile shughuli inafanyika huko Congo. Mutaona vile tutainuka kinyume na polisi, because we cannot be watching ati mtu anabebwa alafu anadisappear.
Even our own police officers are not safe from abductions. Malaba border was closed after Kenyan police officers, they were abducted and repatriated to Kampala from our own Kenyan soil. Can you imagine that? Just listen to this.
Hii ndo hali ilipo pande ya Malaba. Mimi mwenyewe nazungumza, niko katikati ya mto pale juu ya bridge ile imegawanya Uganda na Kenya. Niko katikati ya hiyo bridge nikielekea pande ya Uganda. Vile mnapoona hakuna gari yote inafuka kuelekea Kenya, na pande hii nyingine ya Kenya mkiangalia hakuna gari yote inayofuka kuelekea pande ya Uganda. Hii ni kufuatia maneno ya jana yale yaliyosemwa kana kwamba kuna polisi wa Kenya alishikwa na polisi wa Uganda na wakampeleka anti Kampala. Jana walijaribu wakafunga boda kwa muda wa nusu saa, lakini baadaye wakashirikiana wakaona wafungue boda lakini wapeane masaa. Ikifika asubuhi ya leo kama huyo polisi hajaachiliwa, boda itafungwa mpaka ile siku huyo polisi ataachiliwa. Na ndiposa mnaona hali ilivyo.
How can the Kenyan government allow such treasonous acts by allowing foreign powers to perpetrate treasonous acts within our borders? But who are the Kenyan people? The Kenyan people decided to go and eject the occupied, and they protested against the abduction of our Kenyan police officers. Later on, the police officers were released, and the crowd, the masses, they cheered in support of our police officers. Just take a look. These stories of abductions and murder did not just start recently. It has been here for quite some time. Kenyans, do you remember Kenyan billionaire by the name of Jacob Juma, who was assassinated for turning into a whistleblower? Before his death, he said that President William Ruto is the one who is planning to take him out. Let's take a look at this.
The late Jacob Juma, at 12:34 p.m. on the 10th of December 2015, tweeted, and I quote, "The person who is obsessed with plans to kill me is William Ruto. I know that my assassination was discussed on Tuesday." My question to you is, did you have anything to do with that? As the late Jacob Juma claimed, as Jirongo claimed, and why you?
Well, I think we lost Jacob Juma. That he would be best placed to respond to your question. And maybe you should look for some time, get Jirongo here, so that he can tell the country what he means. But I am sure as the sun is going to rise tomorrow, that the killers of Jacob Juma will be brought to book. I am hoping that they will be brought to book, and they will be known. I want to tell you and to tell Kenyans and to tell the country that I have nothing to do with anything to do with the life or death of Jacob Juma.
Investigations are going on. Have the police questioned you since Jacob Juma directly?
When the police want a statement from me, I will give it freely. Any day, any time, anywhere.
It is quite clear that President William Ruto cannot handle criticism. Neither can he handle to be held accountable. Not unlike Raila Amolo Odinga, the former Prime Minister of Kenya, who has been in the political game for quite some time. He has been criticized for decades, but yet he has learned to know his boundaries. Listen to what Fanya Mambo Kinuthia had to say about this.
If there is a politician who has been insulted in this country, by the way, let me tell you, if Raila was a bad-hearted man, Mimi sijui kama kuna mtu Kenya ametukanwa kuliko Raila. Raila has been called Kehe, he's been called uncircumcised, he's been called
Mchawi, Muganga.
There is no word you can imagine that Raila has not been called. I have never had him send his boys to go and kill, abduct or mistreat the people who've called him names. Raila ameitwa Kimudu Kiguruki. He's been called all sorts of names, and I usually say hats off. I respect him for the fact that he has the thickest skin I have seen in Kenyan politics.
That is why he's Baba.
He has a strong aptitude. He can take up so much. I personally don't think I would have the strength to take up what Baba has taken in. He has really been demeaned and insulted, all in trying to help this country. When he keeps quiet, it's a problem. When he speaks, it's a problem. When he leaves the country, they have a problem that he has left. When he returns, they say, kwa nini amerudi? When he supports Ruto, it's a problem. When he leaves him alone, amenyamaza sana. So it's hard to be Baba. It's hard to be Baba.
The Law Society of Kenya, led by President Faith Odhiambo, have called for a nationwide condemnation of the abductions and the killings of the Gen Zs. Let's take a look.
And what that means that the abductions that are going on are either committed by some of the security operatives or with the connivance or sufferance of the security apparatus, and that must be called out. And it's not an excuse to say that the Gen Zs or some of the people in Kenya have taken to abusing social media. That is true, but there's no way an abuse in the social media can call for death. And that is why when Faith Odhiambo asked me yesterday, the other day, that the LSK is going to sue on behalf of all those who have been killed, either during the demonstrations or subsequently, I told her I will support that, and I'll be very glad to lead the team without any apology.
We need the National Police Service to give us tangible answers. You can't deny and say you don't know what is happening. It's not you who was arrested. It's not you who was abducted. And yet at the very same time, it's your same police officers who are saying they have found the body, yet you're saying you do not know. Or you need to tell us who is the person killing Kenyans. We need to stand firm as a nation and as a people. Our country is a beautiful country. We have beautiful laws. Let us bring life to those laws. Today I saw a clarification by IPOA saying that they have not said they cannot investigate. I hope they will show us by action. We have not seen any arrests arising from the Gen Z protest to the current abductions. Nothing is going on in our country.
Frequent abductions and killings have really affected the Kenyan people psychologically. And I'm just wondering, when will all this stop? Just take a look at this skit.
Wale tushuke tumgote. Walai. Imeweza.
Wewe Ken, ni sisi bana.
Kumbe ni nyinyi.
Wewe umeenda? Hebu usikia.
Wazee alikuwa dhaini gava.
Sisi. Unayepa wewe Ken. Wewe rudi.
Sawa, nakaa.
Thank you so much for joining us on today's show. I'm your host, Elvis Derry. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.
5 Kenyan police were arrested or literally abducted by the Ugandan police.
moved.